All right, welcome back, everyone. What a great day of presentations, and we have a few more fantastic companies to present today. Let's welcome our next one. We have DSG Global, trades on the OTCQB under the symbol DSGT, and is an emerging global technology company with an array of interconnecting businesses in some of the fastest growing market sectors. We've got a few gentlemen on today, but I'm going to introduce the CEO of DSG Global, Bob Silzer. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you very kindly. How are you today?
Great. Happy to be here and happy to learn about your company.
Hey, okay. Thanks, Anna. I appreciate that. Well, let me start off with if I may, by talking about DSG and the actual the company itself and kind of how we're structured and the two parties that are with me is Rick Curtis and Rick is the president of Imperium Motors. And I have Bill Curtis, who's the president. Bill Rex, who is the president of Imperium EV Manufacturing. So they're going to they're here, and you're going to see their handsome faces. And now I'm going to talk about a bit about the company and share with you how this got started and where we're going. I've been in the golf business for a long time, and I won't say the number of years because you'll all be able to guess my age. So, but it's been quite a while, and the golf business has been really, really good and exciting for me and this company. And right now in this time that we're in with the COVID-19 and going forward is that there's two areas in this world that are actually rocking and rolling. And one of them is golf, where you can actually go and enjoy yourself and have a great day out in the outdoors. And also the second one, which is the hottest one in the market today, is of course the EV market. And just for everyone to know is that we do trade under the symbol DSGT on the OTC. Likely you've seen over the last couple of days that we have filed an S1 and a 14C, and that we are on the move into onto NASDAQ. That's very, very important for everyone to understand that. But let me just explain the company. The company's made up of two wholly owned subdivisions, wholly owned subsidiaries. And of course, one of them is Advantage Tag, and that is the golf division, and the other one is Imperium Motors, and that is the EV division. And you know, I know I've been asked this question many times: is how does the EV division tie into golf? Well, very simple. Mr. Curtis and myself have been friends for a long time, and he came to me a while back and asked me if I could do tracking, because the rickshaw business around the world, particularly over in Asia, was turning from the present gas that they have into electric. And of course, we had exactly what was required, which was the tracking device called the tag. And I am now talking golf. And that particular product was just exactly what Rick was looking for. We got some samples sent off to him. And anyways, a relationship started in reference to how we can go further. In doing that, and after the time he got the product, we wanted to go further into business and realizing that we could do the tracking of the rickshaws, etc. But then he wanted to also talk about going further into the EV business. And that was when he introduced me to a gentleman by the name of Eric Wang, who is the president and CEO of Johnway in China. EV manufacturer. They do low-speed vehicles, scooters. They've got million+ square feet of space that they're manufacturing, 3 facilities, and Rick will talk more about it shortly. But he introduced us to them, and it was really got exciting because in the EV business, golf cars and golf carts are actually a low-speed vehicle. And more so when you're talking about the villages and places like that, they are a vehicle that is used outside of the world of golf. Not only that is that the tracking device that we have, which is the tag, and the capability of being able to watch it on golf courses for all of you golfers out there, and have seen how you can see you can order a beer, you can order sandwiches, you can see the distance you hit the ball and what the next hole looks like, etc., etc. And we have one of the best systems there is in the market. That's not a sales pitch, that's a fact. And it's the only 12-inch screen, and now it brings Bluetooth, I mean, on and on and on, cameras, the whole thing. Advertising, full-scale advertising. So what it does do is it really helps also not only the golf course, but the golfer to find out where he is, where he's going, on and on and on. So with that and the number of years that I've been in the business, we're in a large number of golf courses around the world, about 250 courses around the world. And we do have the product, 3 products, which is the tag and the text and our final screen, which is the screen that actually shows and tells the customer exactly what it is. So it's called the Infinity. So anyways, with that being said, we moved on and we were able to go further into the company and started a company called Imperium Motors with Rick got on board. And that is the company that led us into the EV side and into what, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest opportunities this company's ever had, DSG Global, because of what EV is doing today, how it actually contributes to the golfing world as well, and also over and above that, where we can go with it and how we're different. We aren't going out and spending millions and millions, in some cases more than hundreds of millions of dollars in building factories and et cetera. We are partnered up with Johnway, and then secondly, our new partner, which is Skywell, which allows us to do the bus division. And when I talk about the bus division and manufacturing in high-speed vehicles, is that there's the one gentleman who knows what the bus division is all about in this world, and that's Bill Rex. And Bill Rex, I'm going to let each of these gentlemen give you an overview of themselves here shortly, but Bill's the master, and he has joined our team as well. So we have 2 of the best there is in the industry to lead the team here with me. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn it over to Rick here in a moment. I know you can all see on the screen there's which says 10 things we want to share about DSG. And we're going to start off. We got some videos. John's going to be running the slide so that we can stay in tune here. If we screw up along the way, bear with us because I don't see what's on the screen. So we'll play it by ear. So Rick, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you give a quick overview of yourself, Rick, where we're going, and a bit about the EV business, and then we'll go to Bill from there.
Sure. Thanks, Bob. As Bob said, we've been friends for a long time. We've got a great relationship, and I'm very pleased to be with our company. I've been in the automotive business about 40 years. The last 15 years, I've kind of specialized in the electric vehicle sector of it. And really, that's the best of the best. When you're talking about EVs, you're talking about clean air, you're talking about a good future versus, internal combustion engines. It has a very limited future. So it's been really a good thing. I've been a dealer, I've been a distributor, I've been a manufacturer, service and parts provider. I spent about the last 6 years in and out of Asia doing some business. I was the president of a U.S.-based EV company, distributor and manufacturer as well, based in Southern California. That was a great job, and really saw the advantage of being in the sector. We do high speed, we do low speed, we do commercial, we do e-bikes. So we're trying to get really a full gamut of what's available out there. E-bikes alone is a gigantic industry, a $10 billion worldwide industry. This year, they say it's up 143%, I believe, year over year. So that's fine. I'm actually in Detroit looking at some new products. We had a little deal earlier. We showed off some of those. Just really happy to be in this segment. It's fantastic. We have some great providers. We have 4 major providers. We have Johnway, as Bob had spoke about earlier. We have Skywell, who makes a great EV. They make great buses. They make all sorts of commercial vehicles, from garbage trucks to delivery vans, all sorts of things. Fantastic company. ZX Auto, who builds really one of the best looking pickup trucks out there. That's going through the process of electrification now, and that'll be a sure hit. Great vehicle. Then we have Rumble Rover out there that provides our e-bikes. And just really, I don't think anybody has a better selection than we do in this, and we're just really happy to be here. And we can turn this over to Bill. You can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you, Rick. In fact, Rick's the one who got me involved in this, and I've been wanting to get back into the EV business. As a lot of you know, I was president of BYD, coach, bus, and truck manufacturing, a very large EV company. Also, I was president of Thor West, which was previously called Establishment Industries, where we did RVs. And then I took my own company, Rexall Industries, public, was on the NASDAQ for over 14 years, and we built over 30,000 vehicles. So I'm excited to be back to manufacturing. And you know, it's funny, I heard you say, Bob, about rickshaws, and people don't realize there's millions of these things around the world, throughout Asia. So it is a huge opportunity. But Rick got me really excited about building electric golf carts to start. That's what we're starting with. And the opportunity to do a true electric RV. We're going to bring over Class B electric vans and convert them to RVs. So we're very excited about our buses that we'll do, our electric golf carts, and electric RVs. So, and that's kind of me with the manufacturing. We got our first facility getting up and running. Hope to have some electric golf carts coming out in the next 60 to 90 days. So again, we're very excited about manufacturing and about this opportunity. And I'll turn it back to you, Bob, if you want.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I know we could talk a long time about the experience that these boys bring, but let's just go a step further. And I just want to explain again very clearly why we are a little different than what we would like to think our competition. We are in, and when we started putting this together, we looked at it from the idea of being able to, yes, we have the golf side, we got the electric golf cars that are hitting market with, like Bill just said, within 90 days. But then going into the EV business, we got the low speed, we got the high speed, something that's been very, very popular. You're going to see a video of it here in a moment, which is our ET5. And it's priced to sell. It's unreal. And that particular vehicle, just before we get onto the video of it, that is priced at $39,000. And then there's, of course, rebates. State in all different states have them, but from about $7,500 up to $10,000 rebate on the vehicles. So when you see this vehicle, it is a class SUV, and we're so very proud to have it. We have one in Canada, we have one in the U.S., and it's being homologated by Rick and his team. And then, of course, it'll be within Q3. We'll be able to start delivery of this vehicle going forward. And by the way, you can reserve your vehicle on our website. There's a location there that you can do that, and it's a $100 deposit, and there's a $100 deposit on that particular vehicle, and you can reserve the right to have it. So, John, I think you're going to show a bit of a video here, so I'll turn it over to you for a second.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to, address. Let's start on slide 6 and talk a little bit about the size of the space that we're addressing, so we can kind of get on target with the rest of the deck here and move in an orderly fashion for everyone that's viewing. So why don't, Rick, why don't you take a little look at slide 6? Tell us about the size of the EV market space, and then we'll move on in an order after here.
Sure. We touched upon the e-bike business a little bit. I mean, just phenomenal amounts of growth there. 70 billion by 2027 in the United States. And again, that's grown over 140-something% year over year. An estimated 130 million e-bikes are expected to be sold over the next 2 years globally. I mean, big numbers. The new administration also has some plans to include 172 billion for electric cars and build charging stations. Charging stations is a great way to save our air. It's easy, it's fast, and they're really all over the place around where we live, and it's growing all over the nation. It's really a great way to clean up the environment, and it's not expensive. It's obviously a lot less expensive than a tank of gas, and again, it just does a lot of good for us. Global electric vehicle market is $800 billion by 2027, they say. Just it's off the charts. I mean, it's the only way to go. People look at other things such as hydrogen. That has limited capabilities. There's very few stations out there. Last I counted, I think there's 45 throughout the United States, and that's not really very convenient, and it's not as clean as people would like it to be. So I think right now, anyway, EV is the choice. There's all sorts of new battery technology coming out. They have solid-state batteries, lithium-air, graphene, and other promising technologies out there that's really going to get these mileage availabilities for these cars way up. I mean, now there's cars out there that are doing 300 miles plus Our new EV does that. Our new Skywell vehicle does that. Easily 323, I believe. And the truck should have, a couple of different ranges that are 200, 250 initially, and we'll get that built up even more as time goes on. So it's really a good time to be an EV dealer.
I think we also, I'm sorry, Bill, just 1 second. And when you talk about EV dealers, is that we will be having dealers throughout all of North America who will be representing us. In fact, we'll be starting that and starting to take applications. I believe there's on the website right now, there's an application form that you can actually fill out and in order to look at becoming a dealer for the company. So, John, do you want to go from there on and one of the videos, please?
Yeah, slide 7. Everyone, slide 7. Why are we unique?
I'll tell you we're unique because we got all vehicles from golf carts to low speed, bicycles, motorhomes, trucks, cars. In fact, I was going to say earlier, if you haven't been driving an electric vehicle, you're really missing out. I've been driving electric cars since 2012, and it's just amazing. The power, the torque, and never having to pull into a gas station, especially is good. And you charge it at night, drive all day. It's just truly amazing. And our EV, I'm really excited about getting one of those myself as soon as Rick will give me one, because our new SUV is just awesome.
All right, Rick, here we are into the models. Slide 8. This is the Irby.
Yeah, this the little Irby. Good news about this: we have there's a 4-door version that's coming up. Our partner John Way has a new state-of-the-art plant they had built recently. It's got about a 50,000 capacity annually, and the nice thing about it, it's able to build various different models. And this is one of the models that they plan to build there. They actually are building there. We'll go to the 4-door. We have a Safari version, which has different kinds of half doors or bar doors on it. A lot of fun, and it's at a price point that very few can even get to. I mean, if you look vehicle to vehicle, you look at some of the leaders that sell low-speed vehicles. I mean, we have such an advantage over these guys. It's amazing. I look sometimes myself, and I can't believe how lucky we are to have this type of manufacturer. Again, Skywell makes some of the best buses in the world. They make fabulous commercial vehicles. The ZX, again, we talked about them in our bike business. But most of these we plan eventually, with Bill's help, we'll build these in the United States as time comes and goes. It's important for us to do that for a few different reasons. It makes a lot of sense. You're not spending all that time bringing stuff over the ocean, time and mileage and emissions and all that stuff. There's a lot of things involved with it. So, we've got a great guy in charge of manufacturing. We've got some great vehicles, and it's a great future for us.
Well, Rick, I've got one of these too. I've been driving one of these around my house here for 5 years. And it's funny is I met up with a couple of friends the other day in my front yard. One was in a Hummer, one was in a Mercedes, and all everybody could talk about was my little Irby, how cute it is. Every neighbor around me knows it because I drive it around our little gated community. And these things are just a lot of fun.
All right, Rick, slide number 9, the ET5.
Yeah, ET5, this is an amazing SUV. It has some great range. It's quite large for what it is. The back doors, when they open, they're really probably the biggest in the industry. Very easy to get in and out of. It's got a fantastic lighting system. The lights, you can adjust it 4 ways, up and down. So you got really, really good vision at night, which is important for all of us. It's got a great charging thing. It's got a very secure battery. It's between the inner rails. It's 50-50 as far as weight distribution. This is as nice as they get for any price. So I think that's probably one of our finest vehicles right there.
Okay, here's the launch of the video.
Bob. And now you people, know why I want one, because that is one awesome SUV.
All right, let's move on to the bike. Slide 10.
Yeah, there we have the Rumble Air. You know, Rumble provides a few different bikes for us. And again, I'm here in Detroit looking at the future bike models that are coming up. The Air is a really nicely built bike. It has great range. It has decent speed. These are limited to 30 miles an hour only because of regulations. But you can, if you pedal assist or even ride by yourself, I mean, they're well in excess of 50-mile range, which is phenomenal. Back some years ago, even electric motorcycle had a hard time hitting 50. So these are really ahead of their time. We also have the Rover, which is part of the Rumble lineup. Rover is a great bike. It has a battery that slides into the frame, easy to pull out, easy to charge at home, charge on the road. Extremely easy to ride as a bike. You can turn it off and ride it as a bicycle. It's probably one of the most comfortable bikes I've ever ridden. It has a lightweight aluminum frame, top-notch stuff, 48-volt battery. And again, we're very excited about the Rumble lineup, and the stuff we have coming out is mind-blowing. We've been riding stuff. We're going to ride some more bikes this evening, weather permitting, and they're just a lot of fun, and they really make a lot of sense. People in the urban setting, you know, they have limited spaces to park. It's tough to get a parking space. These things, you know, you can put these in your home. You can do whatever. You can pull the batteries out of the Rover model. You can take that home and charge it. I mean, I think it's the future for a lot.
John, just one sec. I think the other thing too is it's important to mention is that they're predicting a $70 billion worth of bikes being sold by 27, and also the fact that they're expecting 130 million bikes to hit the market within the next 2 years. It's a huge market, and we're in it. We researched for a while in order to come up with the right partner, and that is Rumble. We know their bikes. In fact, Rick is there right now in Detroit with the president of Rumble and looking at some new bikes that are going to be coming on board. And you know, it's when we talk about bikes under I guess maybe under different circumstances, one wouldn't say, you know, bikes and golf and cars. How does that all relate? But it really does. Everyone is going electric, and the bikes, I know I've been on them. I've got some here in our facility in Canada, and they're just amazing. And I never seen so many bikes around as there is right now. So and we got them. There's bikes coming. They're on the water, and there have container loads that are already pre-sold. So we're really excited about adding that to our lineup in moving forward.
Bob, you'll be happy to know that the video was while you were talking. So
yeah, perfect timing.
So let's move to slide number 11 on the buses.
That was planned, right, John?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you know, that's the exact basically buses we were building at BYD, and that's again going to change America. All the different transit authorities need these electric buses. I mean, not only is it better for the economy, better for the environment, but it's also a mandate. So all these old fleets have to upgrade to electric buses, and this is probably the #1 seller throughout North America.
Excellent.
And we have it.
You know, something else to think about.
Go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, if you look at electric buses, in China, 98% of electric buses are out of China. 98% of them are running around China. We probably haven't done as good job as we should have done. I think there's limitations as far as manufacturing. It takes an awful long time to get a bus from some of the other manufacturers. We have 5 plants that can build these right now, so I think we can get these out probably faster than just about anybody. Our price point is very advantageous as well. So the bus business, as Bill has told you, we have just scratched the surface of stuff.
Yep. And our price point is very, very advantageous, and our quality is second to none.
When do you expect the first bus to arrive? Within the next few weeks?
Yes. Actually, it will. It'll be delivered down in Southern California, and we're going to take it to Bill's R&D center and factory down there, and that's where the fun begins.
Also, for everyone, is that that's our first facility. Obviously, we have the Experience Center, which has been in operation for some time now, about a year. And that's where product goes to, and that's where the displays are so that dealers can buy from. But also, we just signed an agreement with our first facility for manufacturing, and it's the first facility of many that we're going to be doing. And when I say manufacturing, I mean manufacturing assembling, and at that particular facility and then onward. And that's in California, but we certainly are looking at a large number of other locations that we've even announced to the point in Washington in dealing with the natives and being able to have actual manufacturing on their facility. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, and that's Washington State, yes. Very excited.
Of course.
I'm on slide 12, folks.
I was going to tell you too a little bit. We've been approached by several manufacturing facilities to offer their buildings to us. So the word is out. We're gonna be a major player in this.
Terrific.
John, going on to if we can go to the game of golf. Are you on that slide right now? Because I can't see, unfortunately, where we are on that.
Slide 13. Yes, I'm on there now.
Okay, fantastic. Let me just chat on that for a second, because I started out, but I really, really want to explain how large the game is. As we all know, right now, a year ago you could get tee times anywhere. Now you can't get a tee time anywhere, and it's exploded, and it really has. And what we have done is there's a couple things in the game of golf that we feel has been a very big concern, and that is the pace of play. And because of the pace of play being a problem for not only for golf courses, but the generation gap has changed. Young people are golfing, they have families, etc. And to go and play a 5-hour game of golf, this doesn't make an awful lot of sense anymore. So we took our challenge, and that was in designing a single rider golf car. Obviously, because of COVID, had us thinking, and it's the right way to go. Golf courses were running out of vehicles by 2-3 hours after, because they were sending out double seaters as a single rider. And so in the design that we're going to be manufacturing in the facility that Bill's going to be doing is, like you said, within the next 60 to 90 days, we'll be having product coming to market for testing and going to the courses. It's going to be a very, very unique product. It's going to be equipped with the tag. It's going to have the Infinity system on it. And it's going to be able to have all the benefits that we presently have: Bluetooth, cameras, the whole thing. And the idea of our program is going to be completely different than what's out there in the golf world today, and that being that these golf cars are going to be going into golf courses, allowing golf courses to not have a balance sheet cost on them, number one, but will be on a pay-for-play basis, pardon me. And that's going to allow the golf course to share in the revenue of the advertising, the revenue of the usage, and can expand much further. And we will be putting out very shortly our Pacer Profit Program. And the name of the car is the Pacer, and exactly how it's going to work and fit into the golf world. So look for it as we go forward. But it's going to rock the world of golf, believe me.
And the new design is just gorgeous too. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, it's a whole change from what you're seeing today. Just a whole new look. It's actually very, very exciting.
All right, next slide. Let's talk about the business momentum you have currently.
Rick, do you want to start off with that one?
Yeah, let me just get on here. You talk about the business momentum. We had a number of containers of the Rumble product that came in really a month and a half ago, and we sold out literally in a week and a half. And that was without really promoting it very much. Same thing with our SUVs. We save billions of dollars by taking advantage of good designs out there. Development costs will really rack up when you're talking, multiple vehicles, and we're taking advantage of that whole situation. We can do some assembly here. We can do a lot of things here that's going to save us just a bunch of money. So the pipeline is full. We've got trucks coming. We've got the bus coming. We've got more John Way vehicles coming. We got a lot of Rumbles coming. We also have one of our dealer partners up in Canada who's given us multiple orders as well. And the fun's just starting. We're in the process of vetting our dealers. It takes a little time to do that. Everybody wants to be going right now, but you got to kind of check them out, make sure they have great reputations. They've got a good market. They're financially stable. These are things that have to happen. Again, nobody wants this to happen faster than I do. But again, some of these things take just a little bit of time. So we're making great progress on that. Very, very soon, we'll be putting this stuff all over the place. So I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. Obviously,
It's the high-tech world today.
We all know this wasn't taped. There's no question about that.
Exactly.
This truly is live. Anyways,
I'm on slide 16, gentlemen, talking a little bit about bringing some of that manufacturing and assembly capabilities to the United States.
Yeah, well, I might touch on that. Go ahead, especially, you see the Class B motorhome. That's probably what I'm the most excited about, in that we will be manufacturing here. And Rick has our first chassis on order coming, Class B chassis. So the RV industry is a little bit behind the times. They're just now starting to have a few electric vehicles, but in the past, we just couldn't get it penciled right. They were just too expensive for if you wanted to buy gas or diesel RVs. But now with the new battery technology and pricing, I think this will literally change the RV industry. And we're really excited to be one of the first to have a true all-electric RV out there. So, and I'm really excited about manufacturing that here.
And our partners at Skywell, they offer a model that has probably, if not the top range, it's one of the top range chassis in the business. And we actually have a couple of them coming. But yeah, everybody's excited about that. It's and this is also not just the RV chassis. We can use that for airport shuttles. There's a lot of uses for that. Even commercial vehicles. There's raised roof models. There's long wheelbase models. Very economical and very well equipped with air conditioning, power windows, and that type of thing. And the raised roof really makes a difference when you're bringing in a lot of stuff. They're they're an excellent chassis for Bill's use and really everyone's use.
Well, Amazon's been advertising that they're buying 100,000 of these electric vehicles. That's 100,000. And we'll surely be trying to get some of that market with this.
Yeah, wait till they see our range. They'll be knocking on your door.
Exactly.
I think it's important if some people just joined us recently is a couple things. Is that first of all, DSG is a public corporation trading on the OTCQB under symbol DSGT, and right now I venture to say it is maybe one of the best deals in town. We are and structuring a company that is unique. There's nothing quite like it in the industry, and we're proud of it. And we can manufacture, we can assemble, and we can deliver. And it's all at a price that is going to be tough to anyone to compete with. Along with that is that we are now moving into the bike world. We're there, but it's gotten out of control in reference to the excitement that's also in the bike world. So with all that being said, and I think we can kind of take questions here shortly, but there is a picture on the slides that John will be going to momentarily, which is talking about our experience center in California, and we call it a candy store because it is. And there's the variety that we have right now is, correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, but it's around 24, 25 different various vehicles, from low speed to high speed to buses. And that just is going to be phenomenal with our dealer network that is being set up, with the fact that we have that center, the manufacturing, whether it's going to be East Coast, West Coast, or Central. It's going to be exciting. And again, I do want to say we have two of the best there is in the industry. You're looking at them, Rick and Bill. So, John, you want to go from that? Oh, and by the way, as you can see, that little Irby 4 that's shown on the deck. John will get to that shortly, but it's really cool, and it's kind of being designed for a lot of the communities, beaches, resorts, California, wherever the case may be, Florida, and the fact that it's going to be done with wood panels on the side and carry your surfboard and park in almost in a bike lane. So, anyways, John opened questions, and Eric, do you have another video you want to play?
No, we're good on everything. Let's go to the summary, slide 20, and then you can open up to Q&A.
Okay, this is, so everyone understands, is our market cap obviously is undervalued. I believe the stock is trading around 30, 35 cents, whatever. A month and a half ago was trading up to about 50. However, we definitely are looking at growing organically over the next short time frame into the move to the national market, being NASDAQ. And we're excited about it. And now it's just a matter of a certain time frame that we have to wait, and that will be taking place. We're partnered with the best there is out there, and that is with John Wayne Skywell. When you want to talk about buses and the production and the high-speed vehicles, once again, when you've got to go to our website and you've got to take a look at that ET5, because it's absolutely amazing. And then all the other products that the boys are going to be showing on the website that we're delivering in short order. So with that being said, we're sticking to our dedication of the green movement. We're in it. We're going all the way in it, and we're excited about it.
I'm going to add something real quick too. Bill has requested some units down for his facility. Some of the various units that we have on there, maybe we can do a little something to display some of those as well in Southern California. And then our partner in Toronto, Canada, also has expressed to do the same for us. So we may have an experience center out east. We'll have one down in Southern Cal and ourselves. So that's kind of in the works. It's a little preview.
All right, gentlemen, are you complete with your presentation?
Yes, we are. We're ready for some questions, Anna. Let's rock.
We just have a few. I think we have the most questions I've seen for this conference. Tons of questions, and we're going to go a little bit past our time, if that's okay with you all, so we can get a few of these questions answered. But we will direct all of these questions to you, so you can answer our viewers directly. Lots of great questions. Let's start with one. Do you anticipate expanding beyond the Americas in terms of the markets you target? You have a mini cult following that you might not be aware of in the UK. Could this be a realistic future market?
I'll take that question. We're really not bound by very much. I mean, there's certain areas we can't go into, but Mexico, the United States, Canada, the Caribbean is kind of our core area. But we do have some opportunities in Europe as well, and we're looking very hard at that right-hand drive market, especially for the SUVs. When you consider Australia, England, India, Pakistan, I mean, there were huge numbers there, and we've had a lot of people ask us about that. So we are open to expanding.
What about in Canada? Are you going to be selling in Canada?
Absolutely, I've got that guy right there that's going to take care of that.
Okay.
And keep in mind, and also, is that from the Gulf world, we are already all over the world. We're in Asia, we're in South America, North America, Europe. So the Gulf world is also rocking in those states or countries.
When is your goal to be listed on NASDAQ after the reverse split takes place?
Well, first of all, there's never been a statement made there is going to be a reverse split. So I'm glad you asked that question. The filing of the 14C had nothing to do with the fact of having a reverse split. What it had to do with was the fact that a notification, if we don't meet qualification, that could happen. I've said it all along, and I'm going to repeat it again, and that is the fact that we anticipate to be able to grow over the course of the next, let's just say 6-8 weeks organically. We have exciting news. There's more things happening than one can imagine, and a lot of things we can't talk about, obviously being a public company. If by growing organically, there won't be one. If we don't quite make that statch of $4 that we have to make, there could be one. But there's nothing in concrete right now stating there will be.
Okay. And a few questions about the Experience Center. How is the Experience Center coming along? Has there been much progress since the last photographs that surfaced? Talk a little bit about the facility.
Well, the center itself is fine. We've done some expansion. We've got some really nice improvements in the building. Really, there's not much we have to do at this point in time. We have a nice conference room. We have a lot of really good things there. The biggest thing we're doing is we're waiting for some additional product. We've got the trucks on the way. We've got some new John Way units on the way. We've got a few new Rover units on the way. So once those are here, we really kick it in. And with COVID, it's been a little tough. They can only let so many people in at a time, and that's really kind of set us back more than we'd all like to, but that's something everybody's dealing with, so we're really kind of ready, but we'll make it official once we get some more product there and go. But we are open. I mean, if somebody wants to come down and take a look, we do have people in there every day to come by and check us out.
And we will have a virtual grand opening here within likely the next, I'm going to say next month, sometime within the month, we'll have the virtual grand opening.
Oh, great.
Yeah, just wait for more product. That's all.
Yeah, just waiting for product. We'll be, and we'll have it. It'll be exciting. We're going to do a lot of things.
Will you be partnering with other dealerships within the USA? And what is the expectation with the number of dealerships?
Well, yes, we've got probably a little over 70 applicants right now that would like to be dealers for us. So we have more every day. And there's really a couple other groups as well. So maybe it's even closer to 100. But, we have a lot of folks that would like to become dealers. And a lot of it is on our side. We have to finish some of the homologation work. That takes time. And that's, NHTSA is in charge of that. So as much as I'd like to say they'll all be ready in a week, it's really kind of out of our hands. But, we're going to go as fast as we can, as long as we can get it all done safely and correctly. And, no time at all. So we have guys, all over the place. And that's not the hard part. The hard part is getting the right product, getting homologation, and going from there.
Okay. A few questions about the plant in Palmdale. So what is the square footage of the new assembly plant in Palmdale? What was the strategic reason to locate in Palmdale? Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the reason we picked Palmdale is because that was my old facility. We got some advantages there. We're hoping that the city of Palmdale will kind of kick in and help us in certain areas with any permits that we need. That's kind of where I'm from. So I got a base for employees, for vendors. And that's the real reason for that. And we're going to start off with the electric golf carts in that facility. And then we hope to, like I said, we're looking at other facilities to get going. But we're very excited about that.
And I think also, Anna, is due to COVID, which is a problem in traveling, quarantine, et cetera. And the last thing we needed was to have our first facility going to be manufacturing product, which is in demand right now, and have Bill going back and forth and quarantine for a week or 10 days each time he flies. So it's a convenience at the same time. But we are in negotiations, and within hopefully the next 3 weeks, we will have a facility that will be upward of 50,000 square feet.
Yep. Also, the nice thing here in California, remember, this is where the most electric vehicles are sold here in California. So it saves us shipping costs and everything else.
This question is for Rex. What is the approximate range of the EV bus, and why would it appeal to a potential consumer? And when does the first bus arrive? And generally, how long will it take to charge the bus?
Did you say Rex or Rick?
Sorry, Rick.
Bill.
Well, I see Rex and there's Rick. So whomever answers the bus.
Yeah, just anything. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll start off with our range is over 200 miles, which is amazing for, I don't think there's another 12-meter a bus out there that gets that kind of range. And when you say over, everybody gives their highest mileage. We're just saying over 200. We've seen 250, but we're going to say over 200. And it really depends on your charging system, how long it takes, from an hour to 8 hours, depending on what kind of system you're purchasing.
All right.
Yeah, this has a dual, level 3 fast charger, so it really has fast capacity. It's a state of the art, and it has a European, type of charging system on it, which are very common in the United States.
Mm-hmm. Talk about solar. Do you anticipate any crossover with solar in the future? Example, electric battery, but solar panels on the roof?
Solar really isn't as strong as most people think it is. I mean, there's been some guys, General Motors made an electric vehicle, was tooling all around Australia, did it real well, but it's basically kind of really light and a lot of panels and, not really a real vehicle that would withstand crash worthiness. I think the real opportunity here is charging stations. We look at that, from time to time. We're kind of involved with some stuff there. But, when you build charging stations and you have solar panels there, that's the key. It's not so much on the cars, but there are cars now that do have chargers, built in the roof, in the moonroof, in the body panels, and that helps a little bit, but it's not really the answer.
Yeah, I had that on my Karma that I used to drive, and I used to tell people it ran the radio because it really doesn't give that much when you have panels on your car or a bus.
Right.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
We are looking into the inductive charging, the wave system for our buses. So that's another great opportunity.
Question about the vehicles. Are all the electric vehicles in your showroom all certified and allowed to operate on U.S. roads? And if not, how long can the certification and safety review process take?
In the low-speed stuff, that's really pretty quick. We're waiting for some more vehicles to come, some other models. But that's a pretty fast process on the low-speed stuff. It's not extremely difficult to do. The high-speed stuff takes a little bit more time. It's about a 6-month process, give or take, on a high-speed vehicle. And the good thing about our SUV, that's already been through a couple of different certification processes, and we can take a lot of that information and transfer it over. So we're getting very close to the end of the road. So right now we're actually in a process of getting the lights certified. You got to get lights certified. You got to get brakes certified. You've got to go through a long list of things that really keep these vehicles safe, for our consumers. So
if you're low-speed vehicle, Rick, right at this time, a lot of them are already ready to.
Yeah, some are already good, But again, we've got a lot more stuff coming. So
yeah. Well, I think the bikes and the Herbie, because I know I drive a Herbie around.
Yeah. Some of the Irbies are already certified. So yeah, so we're already kind of there in some of them. We've got a few more to go.
We have a few.
And it doesn't take long.
We have a few questions concerning your reverse split. So should investors be concerned with the upcoming reverse split of the stock, or should it be seen as a positive?
Well, as I mentioned before, it's never been stated we're having a reverse split. It's just advising the shareholders that depending on where the market is at the time that we make the move to the NASDAQ market, that there could be a reverse split. And I say that honestly. However, do we want one? The answer is no. It affects me as much as it affects every other shareholder. But again, as with the good news that we have and with the things that are taking place within this company, we feel very confident that if it's going to be one at all, it's going to be a slight reverse split. And you said, is it good? Of course it's good. If reverse splits, it does not reduce anyone's financial capacity whatsoever. The value stays the same. They may not have as many shares, but getting onto the national market is a big move for this company. And I certainly hope everyone understands that. You can be on the OTC and it's like growing up from a boy to be a man. And that's what's happening. They're now going with the big boys. And our competition is there, and we're going to be there shortly.
I think it's a great opportunity, too. When you're on the OTC, it's a great opportunity for those people that maybe can't afford to get in, with a lot of shares in another stock. This gives them a great opportunity.
Do you have an opinion on what you think a fair market cap would be?
I don't understand the question. A fair market cap. Well, put it this way, I mean, we have about 109 million shares in issued and outstanding in the company, and we have to be at $4. So we certainly would be $500 million market cap moving forward, without a question.
Talk about the future. How are you going to grow organically? And if you could see into the future, where do you see yourself this time next year?
Well, that's a tough question, and it's one of those trick questions where you have to talk about things you shouldn't talk about because you're a public company. And so I got to be very careful, and I mean that. I'd love to sit here and talk for another hour on what is going to take place, but I can't. So I hope everybody on the call respects that. But I can assure you, just from what you've heard in this presentation, from the team that we've assembled, the partners that we have, in going forward, we're on the right path, and there's lots to look forward to.
And our goal is to underestimate and overperform. And I mean, that's what so we don't want to say more than we have to right now, because the proof will be in the pudding going forward.
All right. I think that is a great way to end. We have more questions for you all, and we're going to get them to you so you can answer directly, but really fantastic presentation. And you all did a really great job of explaining all these great products that you have, and looking forward to hearing your updates in the future. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Thanks, Anna.
And thanks to Emerging Growth. Really appreciate it.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay. Bye-bye.